did an outreach program for all the staff of SBI, not to impart any skill or knowledge, but to impart the urge to change. And it was so successful, you can understand 2.5 lakh employees were connected individually. They had a 2 3 days program, and the program was named Parivartan, which means change in English. And it has given the value. And after that, when the turnaround happened, so metamorphically, the chairman said the elephant can now dance. So that is the success story of LND. If it is collaborated in a right way with corporates, whatever goals are aligned, then it can give the desired results. And this practice even continues today. Even after every 2 3 years, this program is being held, and you can see the difference. The State Bank of India has become the highest profit making company as of last financial year. So that is the strength of LND, which, if leveraged correctly, if leveraged in a collaborative way, can give brilliant results. Now, next, we enter to the subject, the business reality which are today. You can, this I have segregated uh, with my experience, what are there for the companies. Now, volatility and uncertainty, it is always there, especially as of today, the geopolitical situation is extremely volatile, extremely certain. Uncertain. We don't know what will happen tomorrow. Now, digital has come in a big way. Customers are going for the digital variant of all the products which are there. With the digital inflow, the regulatory intensity has also increased. There is a fair amount of talent shortage who can address these kind of thing. And there is multi-generational workforce, Gen Z and Gen X. Everyone is working, and everyone's skill output is different. Now, prima facie, this seems to be business issue, right? But then this is not an HR issue, because HR may be, to some extent, shortage may relate to HR, but otherwise these are all business issue. But if we see more intensively, these are the modern L&D function, and the L&D sits on the core of this issue, because L&D has the ability to understand, to deliver all these instruments to face these challenges. Now, the function, this is the difference between traditional L&D and the evolving or modern L&D, which is there. Now, the core function of L&D is capacity building. Unless we build the capacity for the future, there is no futuristic approach for an organization, for a company, uh, or any entity which is there, which depends on knowledge. Now, routine trainings cannot help as of today, because they are outdated. Learning has to be a continuous process. Earlier, it was event based, that if every month we have to conduct 2 3 training, but now this program has to be on a continuous process, because there are changes every day. Every dynamics are changed. Every environment is changing. So this has to be a very continuous, because the relevancy will be lost if we are not continuous. What is relevant today may not be relevant tomorrow. So we have to upgrade, we have to continuously be in touch with our mentees, so that the skill development is complete. And this, we have to be very agile to the changes, agile to adopt the changes, because otherwise we will be left high and dry. Generic, earlier the training system was generic. We used to impart the training for a certain group of person. Now, if we see ki a same two persons in a same role with same resources give different results. Now, this personalized kind of training will give us ki what are the exact skill gaps which are needed to be filled in for a person so that his result is properly leveraged and he can function in an optimum level. So that is there. We have to shift from generic to a personalized training because otherwise we have to capture all the data. What are there? How is he performing? What are the issues? What are the skill gaps? And then customize a training which is suitable for him to derive to uh, provide a good result. Now, classroom heavy and digital and blended, it is all we know. Previously, it was very classroom physical kind of training. Now we are shifting to online training, but online training do have some challenges which we should be aware of that, and therefore we should be extremely engaged when we are undertaking any online training. And then cost center and strategic enabler. L&D should refuse to be a cost center as of date because otherwise you will be looked down that you are a center for expenditure. It is a strategic enabler. And now there are various methods and matrices through which you can measure your performances. If you have given training to certain set of people, their performance prior to the training and post the training, if it has bring some difference, that will add to your strategic enabling capacity. So we have to think on these lines. We have to capture this data, and we should refuse to be a cost center. We should be a partner to the strategy of the organization or the company. Now, based on my experiences, I have sorted six pillars of high impact L&D framework. But then a slight disclaimer here: these six framework work as an integrated system and not in silo. Because if you say I will leave two frameworks and work on the four, it will not work. All the frameworks are integrated and it will work in a integrated system. I'll define this framework briefly in the coming slides. Now, pillar one, it is linked to organization and strategy goals. That means the primary requirement is the L&D should be aligned to the organization strategy and goals. Otherwise, what will happen? The organization strategy is A and we will work towards goal B. And this will be a haywire situation. Therefore, it is very important to understand the organizational goals which are there, and we should work for that. Now, what is required for that? That you should be part of all the decision making. If L&D is not a part of decision making, it will not be able to organize the trainings or the classes which are required for this corporate strategies. Now, how do we do that? We have to claim our legitimate position in decision making, because this is some kind of thing that India is claiming is permanent seat at the United Nations Security Council. Like that, we have to claim that L&D is a part of decision making process, and unless we take the people in the ground with us, we cannot fulfill any corporate strategy. And then, based on the corporate strategies, we have to prepare for the future capabilities also. It is not like that ki this strategy is a temporary kind of thing and we achieve that and it is gone. It has to be a futuristic kind of thing so that these strategies, if are they long, we should have a pipeline of skilled people who can achieve those strategies. So therefore, the future capabilities should be there, and therefore L&D has to be a business partner. As already I have said, you have to claim your legitimate position as a business partner. Coming to pillar 2. Now this is personalized and continuous learning. Now, role-based learning, every in an organization, there are people who have to perform different roles. So a generic kind of learning will not help. We have to devise the roles through which they are working, and we have to devise our learning strategies or our session plan according to the roles. So, and these roles also needs an alignment with the corporate goals. Now, the important thing is competency framework. Now, what is competency framework? I will explain it in a very lucid way so that you can understand what is there. Now, there are competency framework actually is a structured definition of skill, knowledge, behavior, attitude, etc., and perform effectively both today and in future. Now, I will give some examples. Suppose the basic employees who are there in an organization, they follow instructions. You give him an instruction that you have to do this amount of work, they will follow. Now, slightly upward, which you can categorize as intermediate category, they are they have option, they analyze the option and choose the better option. If we go further upward, there are advanced which make the decision making. They have an independent decision making capacity and do the decision making. And in the top, the leadership or the expert, where they handle the ambiguity, they handle the risk. So these are the four basic levels of competency where we should design our training based on their competency level, and also help them to move to the stages, stage 1 to stage 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So this training has to be designed in such a way that the basic level employees are structured in a way so that they move to the second level or intermediate level. Now, this requires intervention of technology, because how do we know that competency, what level of competency a person have? So we have to have a dynamic updating of their competency. We have to have predictive identification. We have to have automated assessments, personalized recommendation, and linking the competencies with their performance also. Because at the end of the day, the performance speaks, and the performance will only decide the level of competency, the effective level of competency he has. And of course, the career link, the learning journey which are there. Coming to pillar number 3, learning in the flow of work. So this is a complete new thing. This has to be technologically enabled so that these things outside the physical training environment, this can be done on the job training, if we can call them. Now, micro learning, we can add small snippets of knowledge access like chatbots or digital co-pilot method, so that whatever the instant knowledge is required, they can get through this micro learning facilities or faculties which we can implement. Now, job aids, I will again give a small example. Here, all the relevant information for a particular job is available at a centralized place, at one place, so that they do not have to run from one post to other. Now, for example, I will take a bank's example. Suppose a rural branch or of a bank, they have to issue a bank guarantee. So bank guarantee is such a thing, it is not a very regular kind of thing. and it is highly specific and specialized job. Now, if we can implement a small AI driven tool, whenever person is issuing a bank guarantee, it will collect all the necessary information and give them a step to step guide how to issue this bank guarantee, so that the efficiency is increased, the work is done, and at the same time the risk is also addressed. There is no risk matter there. So that has to be technically embedded in the system. And learning embedded daily work, we can do e-learning modules which are there, but then e-learning module for the sake of e-learning will not help. We have to again devise this e-learning module in the role specific way, so that the role which one is playing, the respective e-learning module, he clears, and he clears in a right letter and spirit. Now, pillar 4 is completely AI driven pillar, because this has to be there. There has to be skill gap analysis, because a person might be very good in banking, but he is not good in communication. So, this is the gap which is needed to fill up, so that his soft skills gap can be filled on, and therefore the optimum results can come there. Content creation is we have to create the content based on, as I said, the what goal we are trying to achieve, and based on that goal, what are the paths we have to take, how we have to do the marketing, how we have to do the sales kind of thing. So based on this, we have to very diligently create the content. We need virtual coaches also, because there are certain things which can be trained to the AI for normal or routine type of kind of thing, which does not require intervention of a physical coach. So we can develop those virtual coaches also, repetitive kind of thing. Stimulation and gamifications we can always implement. And the analytics is also very important, so that the course correction can be done in case that we are hovering out of our corporate goals. Now we come to the very important pillar, that is leadership and behavioral capability. Now decision making is the first functionality, and decision making is not a kind of thing that we take someone for a 5-day course and he becomes a very good decision maker. It is not like that. Decision making is something which requires extensive training of all the faculties. Faculties here, I mean, all our internal faculties which are there, our mind, body, brain, actions. Every faculty should be trained for this decision making, and therefore, decision making has to be a continuous process. It has to be initiated at a very young level with an eye on succession planning, so that we should choose some person who we envisage that they will grow on the ladder, and therefore train them for this decision making kind of thing. Ethics and integrity are something, non-compliance of ethics and integrity is, you can say, it is a silent killer which attacks on multiple fronts. Now, I remember my boss always tell, ethics you can define as a thing which you do when no one is watching you. So that is the pinnacle of ethics which we should achieve. There are certain circumstances where we can see, if we bypass ethics, we can leverage some kind of benefits in a short run. But we have to tell them in the long run, this will not sustain. And therefore, we have to be very diligent in our integrity and ethics. Now, change management is extremely important, but it is highly downplayed in today's system because if you see every day there is a change, and if we do not adopt the change, we will be left nowhere. Many companies has failed due to the only reason that they could not change with the time. Therefore, not only the company, every individual should adopt the change, should have the adaptability to understand the change. Now, management is not kind of thing that is a magic stick. If we move, everything will be changed. It is not like that. Now, I give an example of my current company where they brought a very strategic and structural change in the system, in the marketing of product, of particular products. Now, what happened? The people who were marketing or selling these products, they were taken from them and they were given to another set of people. Now, these people who were doing very well marketing and selling this product, they resisted that change. Now, what happened? Then we spoke to our top management, and then we decided that we will convey to every individual what is the reason of this change, why we have done this change management. And believe me, we had 6 or 7 such outreach program where we called all the branch managers, all the staff, and explained to them why this change management has been taken. It is for the betterment of the institution. And after that, things changed magically and people started to perform. So the change management happens only when we take the workforce in confidence that this is the change which is required for the betterment of the organization, for the betterment of us, and due to the changes in the ecosystem, we need to change this system. And then the most important thing comes emotional intelligence. Now, what is emotional intelligence? We have to first understand. Now, what does it really means? The emotional intelligence, if we talk in a raw language, it is uh, there are 5 aspects to that. One is we have to recognize our emotions. What are our emotions? We have to regulate our reaction to any event which is happening. We have to understand others' emotion, that is empathy, and we have to respond appropriately, especially under stress condition or in a conflict situation. And in organization, emotional intelligence is extremely visible in the condition of conflict, stress, decision making, change, and uncertainty. So all these things which has come, we have to deal with a good level of emotional intelligence so that the core dimension of emotional intelligence is not distracted. Now, how do we do that? There again, I give five ways to do that. Number one is self-awareness, means I know my emotional triggers, which happens. So I should be aware ki what are the suppose someone calls me, someone body shames me. So that triggers my anger. So I should be aware that the self-awareness that this is the thing which triggers my anger. So I should control this. So that is self-awareness. Then self-regulation means we have to respond, not react. Every event, it is a natural instinct that if event happens, we react. But if we can pause, if we can think and then respond, the results are pretty different. Number three is motivation. We have to stay resilient. There will be failures. You cannot expect success in all your endeavors. So we have to be very, very resilient and purpose driven. If we have a purpose, suppose in marketing class, we often tell them कि after 10 no's, there will be 11th yes. But if we lose our path between those 10 no's, we will never get the yes. So our purpose should be very defined. Our motivation should be there. We should be very, very resilient in our purpose. Number four is empathy. Now, if empathy, as you all know, we this is a capability to understand others' feeling. Someone is shouting at me, but if I shout back to him, the things may go uh, beyond control. So if we can pause, if we can think, ki what is the reason? He must have something terrible happened to him. That is why he is shouting at me. So it is very, very difficult. I agree. It is not very easy to get control on your emotional intelligence. It has to be very, very diligently worked, practiced. And then the social skill, which includes communication, which includes, you can see people who are very, very talented in resolving conflict. So these are kind of social skills who can communicate better, who can resolve conflict, who can influence a marketing person based on his communication skill can sell a product. But the other person, if he lacks the communication skill, he fails to do so. So that is also a very important aspect or feature of the emotional intelligence. Now, how do we do self awareness? How do we know that what is our triggers? So best thing is to get a 360-degree feedback from your family, from your colleagues, from your peers, from your subordinates, from your bosses. A very honest 360-degree feedback will in a long way at least make you aware ki what are the trigger points where the self-awareness or the emotional trigger happens. Then there are other many tools in there are tools available in the market. But the best thing is to start with, we can have a 360-degree feedback. And then self-regulation, we have to do it in stimulating environment, right? So uh, what we do in our classroom when we are dealing with soft skills, we create a conflict. We deliberately create a conflict and then see how they react. And then we point out that these are your reactions which could have been avoided, and conflict could have been resolved in a much amicable way. So these are kind of stimulation practice which we do so that they analyze their own self, what is their shortcomings and can they work on that. And then most important is the measuring. Now, traditional L&D method failed because it measured the inputs, not the outcomes. But the new metrics is you have to measure the outputs. Earlier, what we were doing, we were attendance. Now we are moving to capacity building. Now, earlier we had a feedback system. Now we have impact system. Earlier we have uh, training hours. Now we have shifted to business outcomes. So these are the new matrices, and we should always try to measure the efficiency of our training system. And there are many data points which can help to measure this training system depending on the content or on the content of the course or the target audience which are there for the course. But it is very important, as we said, the ROI, return on investment on L&D, is very important if we capture these matrices, because otherwise we will be branded as a cost center and not as a strategic partner. So these were the six pillars which I thought I should share with you. Then I come to the transformation. It is already discussed, but then again, I will just hold on. Earlier, it was trainer. Now we can call them a performance consultant. Earlier, he was a content provider. Now, experience designer. Earlier, he was an administrator. Now, he is a data driven strategist. Now, future trends in L&D. Now, what is skill based organization? Earlier, we had role based organizations. Every organization has a certain role, and based on these roles, they would take people. But now, the organization are primarily skill based. So, we have to uh, align ourselves with these changes, which are skill based roles. Now, the skills and not the designation that matters. Then comes AI driven personalized learning ecosystem. We have already discussed it. Then continuous reskilling is also important, because skilling and reskilling is a continuous process, like learning and unlearning. So therefore, whatever skill we have to unlearn those skill, and we have to reskill ourselves with the uh, current market, or which the current trend it is there. And we have to embrace the AI driven learning ecosystem. Otherwise, we cannot handle so much of things which is needed to be existent in the system. We need AI to be partnering with us in our journey for evolving the learning and development. So I think that is all from my side. Now, a quick question. Are we preparing people for yesterday, today, or tomorrow? I'm pretty sure now everyone will be preparing for the tomorrow, or must have been doing this. So now key takeaways which are there, a few of the takeaways that, as already said, L&D has to be a strategic business lever. We cannot work in silo. We have to be part of business decision. We have to be part of the discussion of corporate goals, and we have to align these corporate goals with our training system. Again, I said AI multiples the training impact. A disclaimer I will give: AI will not replace human, but it will multiply our impact, it will multiply our efficiency, because, as we say now, there are multiple dimensions to understand, to do the things. We have to increase efficiency, and it is not humanly possible to all these things without supplement from AI. And this is the very basic thing, that learning must be continuous, and it should be personalized. Measurement is not negotiable. That is, and I hope you understand. Otherwise, if you do not boast that due to your L&D intervention, this has happened, no one will take you seriously. Therefore, measurement has to be done. ROI, return on investment on your L&D resources, should be available with you, and you should be able to do any course correction if you find that the ROI is not as per the desired level. And last but not the least, fast learners will outperform competitors. So, in the age of fast learner, we have to ourselves learn very fast and unlearn also very fast, so that our brain has will have the capacity to store what is relevant of today and what is relevant of future. So the future belongs to the organizations that learn faster than they change. So learning is the basic skin, basic thing of an organization to be evolving, to exist, and to perform. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much. I am open to any questions you have. Uh,
Thank you so much, Mr. Ghosh, for amazing session. As we are open for the Q&A, I would love to request all the participants, please drop your questions in the chat box. We can still take your question for next 5 to 10 minutes. So we have already got one question from Mani. She's asking, are organization reaching out to third party for AI powered training, or they are using in-house team to upgrade their existing platforms?
yeah, can you repeat that, please?
Sure. So, are organization reaching out to third party for AI powered training, or they are using in-house team to upgrade their existing platforms? Can you
No.
suggest any AI tool or platform that are commonly used SMEs recently?
Right, right. So I got your point. See, it is very difficult to develop your internal team for AI kind of thing. It is always better to go for a professional AI team so that they can develop. So you are developing some course content on that, they can integrate the AI into that, right? So there are many fintechs or edutechs which use this AI kind of thing. So for a start, if you are starting, I will suggest go for a professional third party. And then if you can, because the AI gets subsequently trained by the thing which you are doing. Suppose you are using AI in a chatbot, so this chatbot will train itself based on the whatever the data you are giving, or very organization specific kind of thing. It will get trained itself. So my suggestion will be first initially go for a professional AI kind of thing, and then you can always develop internally.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ghosh, for answering this. Uh, okay, let me see any further questions we have got. All right, so I cannot see any further questions out there. Dear participants, if you have any question, please drop your questions in the chat box so we can take it. Also, I've shared Mr. Ghosh's LinkedIn profile link in the chat box. Feel free to reach out to him in case if you have any further questions, or later on any questions if you get. So feel free to reach out to him. I believe he's happy to help you all. So you can still take 2 minutes and let us know if you have any question over the chat box. And meanwhile, I would like to tell you all that we do have some great announcement for all of you. So stay connected till the end of this session, and so I'll be announcing some great things for you. Please do let us know if you found this session amazing or helpful in the chat box, so we'll able to understand. No further questions. I cannot see any questions coming up. This was a great learning experience. Thanks. Indeed, it was an amazing session. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending and asking amazing questions so far. Esther is saying, I love this class. Absolutely. It seems like we should have another session with you, Mr. Ghosh. People
Right.
are loving your session. We'll definitely looking forward to have more collaborations with you. Thank you so much for joining today's session. And before I take the hander of the mic today, we would love to hear final thoughts from you for all our participants who joined us today.
No, thank you. It was a definite pleasure for me interacting with you. And I think you should be LND is to see. In my banking experience, I have never worked in LND, but once I got a chance, I grabbed with both the hands because this is one area where you can have a bird's eye view, you can have a say in the decision making, and you can have a effect on the results which are there. So I request everyone to understand the power of LND and demand your legitimate claims which are there, and always insist on the results which are there, the efficiency which is derived from the your interventions. So all the best, happy learning. Let us remain connected and hope to see you soon again.
Thank you, Mr. Ghosh. Very thoughtful. Thank you so much for sharing such a wonderful thought with all of us today. And as I mentioned, that we'll be definitely having a further opportunity with you for another series or any another webinar that aligns with your expertise. So, looking forward to have you again as a speaker with GSDC. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, dear participants, here are some quick announcements that I have for all of you. So, this is regarding the today's featured certification we had a session on. You can opt out for this certification, Certified Learning and Development Professional. You can use the promo code to get an amazing discount, which is LND20. So, you can apply this promo code while opting out for this certification. You'll find the link promo code in the chat box. I've already shared it with you all. So let me tell you all, these certifications are globally recognized. One, you'll be getting learning resources where you'll be getting a lot of case studies to work on, e-learnings and book of knowledge. The certification gives you lifelong learnings with learning flexibility, and you'll be getting chance to connect with our training partner channel, and you'll be having a lot of opportunity to work on capstone project. That is something real-time AI simulation practice. So do grab this opportunity and do sign up yourself for certification program. In case if you need any help with this, feel free to reach out to a learning advisor. You will find the contact details in the chat box. And also this is regarding the utility tool. You can use this tool. This tool is really amazing, as we got a lot of amazing response from our previous attendees. So how this tool will help you, it will help you to improve your LinkedIn profile score, your AI skill score. Also it will help you to build your personal brand, and it will help you to create AI generated resumes. You can use AUG100 as a code to get 100% off, which means completely free, and this is only for our webinar attendees. So check this tool out. You'll find the utility link in the chat box. Also, I'm very happy to make this announcement that we are running another webinar series next week, scheduled from 12 to 16. So we will be having amazing panel of experts, industry experts aligned for this. So we'll be continuing this webinar series, redefining workforce skill, leadership and learning impact for 2026. So do join us with the same time slot, that is 9:30 a.m. Central, 11:30 p.m. Singapore, 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also we are running this another series on ISO driven governance that works in the real world, which is scheduled next week as well, 12 to 31st January 2026. And this is the amazing panel of speaker aligned for the next week. So do join us. You'll find all the registration link for all the webinars that I'm announcing right now, along with the WhatsApp link. So you can connect with us over the WhatsApp to get daily update, and the link, also the Zoom joining link for that particular session. So this series is happening with the time slot, that is 8:30 a.m. Central, 10:30 p.m. Singapore, 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also we are running this another webinar series on AI. So please do join us for this as well. This series is also scheduled from 5th January till 31st January, and the speaker is aligned for the next week from 12th to 16th January 2026, with the time slot 7:30 a.m. Central, 9:30 p.m. Singapore, 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please do join us for all our webinar series. Also you can refer your friends or colleague to our sessions. So referring people to knowledgeable sessions like this, it is something that you are taking step ahead and becoming thoughtful leader, isn't it? So do refer maximum people to our session. We do have these three winners. Let's congratulate to them. However, we'll be announcing all the final winners at the end of this webinar series, and we'll be getting back to them for the rewards, which is worth $400. Also, top three winners will be featured on the GSDC Wall of Fame. You can check our website leaderboard. You'll see your name. You need to earn at least 50 points to be winner, and we'll be definitely getting back to you for the rewards that I mentioned, worth $400. And also, in case if you want to explore the speaker opportunity with GSTC, feel free to share your speaker profile with us, as we do have a global platform like Learning Capsule, webinar, and podcast. We would love to connect with you all over social media. You can scan this QR, connect with us over LinkedIn. Check our website for more information regarding all the certification that GSTC offers and other offerings that we have for you. Also, you can track all our upcoming webinars on our website and connect with us over WhatsApp group. As I said, you'll get daily update on that. And please do not forget to share your session takeaway and the learning outcomes on the Trustpilot and reviews.io. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining today's session. We hope to see you all for the upcoming session as well next week. Until then, happy weekend. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you. Thank you, Mr. Ghosh. I'll see you again. Bye bye, everyone.